Do you want to know how to save more money? And do you want to know how to build more credit? Now contact Finance Victory today, and then you'll notice a real big change. Hello and welcome back to this week's video for Finance Victory. I know it has been like the longest time ever. There's been a lot going on in life. Life has been lifing in a great way, that is, not in a bad way at all. That's why it's just been like impossible to make a video and just have it out. Although I have been uploading on TikTok and Instagram here and there and trying to do things in the background. So it has been very busy, but I'm going to try and build up the momentum again. And yes, I hope you like the video. So today we were talking about how I managed to get some free tickets to the England game. And I did have a post on that on the other social media networks, TikTok as well, Instagram. And the other topic will be how I went to the UEL Alumni Awards and got an award for Finance Victory. So yeah, it's been very hectic, a lot of networking and stuff and behind the scenes, you know, ins and outs. So it's been very, very busy, and yeah, just powering through all the changes and everything and adapting to new change, because this year has literally been about all of that, you know, adapting to whatever life throws at you and just dealing with it. So yeah, that's what's been happening. So this was like back in October, beginning of October. I managed to get myself a free ticket to the England game at Wembley Stadium. And this is actually something that I manifested. So at Finance Victory, we do talk about ways to save money, ways to enjoy your life without spending too much and putting yourself in the red, and just doing things that are relatable to your living and realistic. So that also includes a lot of positivity, positive energy, and in this case it involved a thing called manifestation. So if you don't know, manifestation is basically believing in something, having a positive attitude towards something, perhaps writing it down. So if you want to achieve a goal of yours, something you have in mind, you can write it down, you can speak it out loud, you can believe in it. Of course, sometimes when you do start off doing things like this, it doesn't always work, but that can be dependent on a number of factors, whether it's supposed to work for you or it just was at the right time. So going to the England game, the Wembley game, that was something that I wanted to do for a while. It wasn't something that I always dreamed of doing because I was never into football. And it's funny, past few years, you know, due to lockdown and everything, I kind of got into it during the, what's that thing called? European League thing? I know that's not the real name, but you guys know what I mean. I got into it through then, and obviously there was, you know, a lot of commotion with that, with the racism and everything. So of course I was like, I don't know if I should support this thing, but I'll just watch it in the background kind of thing. And then like later on, I thought, you know what, I've always had like school friends who've been to Wembley or wanted to go to Wembley, and I wasn't really fast. For me, as someone who does music, Wembley Stadium should have been one of the places I really wanted to go to, but it wasn't. It was more so Wembley Arena, which is now OVO Arena. I wanted to go there, but solely to see my favourite band, and that is McFLY. And I'm actually watching, well, here and there, I'm trying to watch I'm a Celeb, but haven't really had the chance yet due to life. But anyways, I've always wanted to go to Wembley Arena, and for example, an example of manifestation was that I always wanted to go to Wembley Arena, but I didn't want to pay like crazy prices, and this was back in 2008. And back then, some concerts were very pricey, some were reasonable depending on how the band or the management felt, or if they're trying to get people to buy tickets, they would have offered like a cheaper deal. And funny enough, the time when I went, so McFly were actually playing at a Wembley Arena. They used to do an arena tour every year, and then they decided that they would reduce the tickets to like £17 back in 2008. Yeah, £17. And it was really like, oh my gosh, I've always wanted to go to Wembley Arena. I've always wanted to see them perform live. And I've always wanted to be in a music video. But I will come to that. So I basically, like, I don't really know how this happened, but I just thought about it, and I probably wrote it down, and I just said it out loud in the air. And I spoke, and I asked for it, and I believed that it was going to happen, and it did. Just like when I met them in Milton Keynes back in 2008. So 2008 was like, you know, stan year. So standing is when you're a super fan of something. And yeah, that was a year where I just did everything I wanted to do in terms of, well, started to do everything I wanted to do in terms of music. And that included performing live on stage and everything of that matter. And I just had this confidence, and I believed in it. And a lot of manifestation, for example, happened. So yes, going back to the McFly thing, I always wanted to like see them live, and I didn't want to pay crazy amounts for that. And it was a case of their company decided, hey, we want to issue tickets for £17. And then the night that I went, so it was at Wembley, the night that I went, it was, they were actually filming their music video. So technically I was in McFly's music video, and this is the music video for Falling in Love. If I can insert it, I will. And I remember where I was seated. I still have the tickets, and they're stuck on my wall. So yeah, imagine, this was like favourite band, favourite venue, and my favourite price range, let's say, and it happened. So without realising, I have tried to do this whole manifestation thing for a while, but I did forget about it. I guess I didn't know or believed in myself that I could get things that I wanted. But looking back, it has happened quite a lot. So that's an example. So with the England game, yes, I never really wanted to go to Wembley, but Wembley Stadium, I wasn't like, oh yeah, because I was never into football like that. However, they do actually do, for those who don't know, who are not in the UK, they do actually do music concerts. So like some of the greatest artists from like the 80s have all performed at Wembley. For example, Queen, Michael Jackson, George Michael, I don't know if Whitney Houston did, but I don't know about that one. But yeah, all of the greats who are no longer with us, they all performed at Wembley Stadium. You have like all these concerts and stuff back then, the really iconic ones. But it never really spoke to me. But somehow in recent times, I was like, you know what, that would be cool to go to Wembley Stadium and watch a football team, England game. That would be so good. And so I'm basically part of a group chat where I don't really participate in group chats because I just don't have the time for it. But there's one group chat that I was added to, and they were really like, they're always talking about events and stuff, not just like random events, not just like random meetup events. They're actually events that are like events you won't really think of going to, like cabarets and exclusive fashion nights. And I'm just like, how did I become a part of this? But anyways, someone on there was like, oh, I have 4 tickets to England game tomorrow. anyone interested? And something was like, I know you never talk in this chat, but you're gonna have to talk now. So I was like, me. And then I messaged the guy individually and I said, yes, I'm interested. I would like a ticket. And he said, yeah, it's fine. I still have the tickets. So I was just like, and I did ask if he could get one for my sister, because I know she's more into football than I am. But he was kind of like potentially reserving it for his friend, waiting to see if the friend would say yes or no. And if the friend said yes or no, then my sister would have got the ticket. But his friend said yes, so it was just 4 of us. And bear in mind, I did not know any of these people. I think I recognised one of them when I met them from another event. Because when you go to events in London, you always see people, you don't know their names, but you see them around kind of thing. So this is what happened. And yeah, so with a bunch of strangers, and to be honest, some of the greatest moments of my life is with strangers. So that just confirms a lot of things, really. And I had the greatest time. I will try and insert some clips, but I have posted this on Instagram and TikTok, so you can take a look there of what went on. But yeah, the moral of the story is, if you see an opportunity, just go and take it, even if you're like, oh my gosh, this is making me feel a bit uncomfortable. To be honest, 2024 has been about that, feeling uncomfortable, taking opportunities and doing things that have led me to become a better person, to learn a bit more, to understand how to cope in certain situations that most people wouldn't be able to do. But I will go into that another time, because I will make another video as to why 2024 became the year that it was, and there are lots of reasons which I will expose, because 2024 is a year of exposure, and a lot of it involves blocking of finance fixture, which I find strange, but that's another story. But anyways, so just take the opportunity. And I was stunned. I realised that, oh my gosh, these tickets are probably worth like, what, £300. And where we were sitting, it was a really good view. And it was empty. So I'm thinking, oh, they didn't sell tickets. And I was told that, yeah, the tickets didn't really cost that much to get anyway. So, yeah, imagine if I just didn't bother to take that opportunity. So, if you see something and your heart is saying, look, I should go for it, let me try it, it could save me money, it could lead me to better opportunities or an experience that I won't be able to get, go for it. So the next topic is the UEL Alumni Achievement Awards. So, yes, as I say, this year has been about stepping into the unknown and embracing it. And that is something I've never been able to do up until now. But I basically received an award for participating in the UEL Alumni Advisory Webinar. So this was back in August, actually, and I basically did a presentation. It was about 2 hours long, and presentation for me is just something I don't do. Like, it's not something that I've ever wanted to do, and I managed to do it. I managed to create a presentation and explaining the behind the scenes of financial fixture, how it came about, and what the purpose of it is. And I managed to do that. I did get a little nervous, but I carried it all out from start to finish, and I answered the questions as well. And so, yes, there was an award ceremony which was handing out awards for various things, so in the form of voluntary work and it was quite a decent turnout. A number of us who we all kind of know each other, and shout out to these people, the UEL alumni people. They know who they are. We also spent a weekend together back in beginning of August, actually, for the alumni weekend, and this is the second year running. And yeah, we've all created a bit of a bond now, and yeah, the majority of us got an award, which is really cool. I've never been to this award ceremony before, and it was really lovely. And just to know that, you know, my work is not going unnoticed. And yeah, I'm very new, of course, to this social media world, and also not just social media, but presentations and webinars. Like, yeah, so it was very good. And I learned a lot about some of the other candidates there who were receiving their awards, and all the stories, all the things that they went through. And it was a great evening. I had great food, of course, and great entertainment. And yeah, definitely enjoyed that. So that's it for now. However, I will try and upload some more stuff in the coming weeks. We have a few events that I previously attended in the past month, which I will be uploading, and I will try not to leave it too long. I hope you enjoyed watching this, and thank you, and we'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye.